In this video, we'll talk about what an epic, user story, and task is in Agile project management. I'm David Harbour, and I help busy professionals learn and hone skills so you can get ahead without spending tons of your time. If you're looking to be successful, both work and home, then be sure to subscribe and click the notification icon to know every time I release a new video. Is your company using Agile and you're hearing words epic, user story, and task and unsure exactly what they mean? This video will go through what each of these words mean within an Agile project, including examples of both software development and non-software development. I've been working on Agile project management for the last several years across different teams and different companies. A common observation is that people new to Agile get confused with the words epic, user story, and task, as Agile is a framework that isn't prescriptive. This means teams can implement these in different ways to fit their preferred ways of working or tooling. I was pretty confused at first. I would join a team activities, and these words would be written and explained differently, which all added to my confusion. In this video, I will keep to the common aspects of each, so that no matter how a team implements them, the principles still apply. Let's start with some definitions. Epic describes a large body of work or goal that is too big to be completed in one iteration. User story describes work written from a user perspective that delivers business value. Task describes work needed that doesn't necessarily provide business value. How do epics, user stories, and tasks fit together? In many companies, epics are used to communicate to people outside of the Agile team on the overall direction in some kind of a roadmap. Let's look at this in a visual way. Here are two epics representing two different large bodies of work or goals. When these are broken out into smaller chunks of work written as a user, these are the user stories. In some cases, an epic or user story will need further breakdown into work that the team needs to get completed that doesn't necessarily provide business value. These are the tasks. Note the number of user stories or tasks will vary from epic to epic or user story to user story. How do you write an epic? Across the Agile community, this varies. To keep things simple, I will use a method I found works for people just starting out in Agile. In the title field, include a short explanation written in business language. In the description area, provide more detailed explanation of what the work is, who will benefit, and how this epic will deliver business value. While still within the description area, include additional information that will help the team, such as in scope, list any known items to be in scope. Out of scope, list anything that's known to be out of scope. Constraints, list any known constraints. How do you write a user story? Most teams use the following format. As a intended user, this is the who. I want action, this is the what. So that outcome, this is the why. Warning, for new people in Agile, working and writing in this format is often really challenging. My recommendation is push through and build the muscle in writing in this format. Over time, you can improve articulating in a specific user context. In the description area, add additional information that helps the team. Also in this area, it is important to write out the acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria clarifies the expected outcome or outcomes of a user story in a concrete manner and provides a clear-cut way to determine whether a user story is done. A common format used is given, the starting state, when, action, and then, outcome. How do you write a task? Good practice when writing a task is to break the wording into 3 parts. Part 1. Start with an action word, such as read, write, research, and so on. Part 2. Write a concise deliverable required. Part 3. Write more context on how this deliverable will assist in delivering the overall epic or user story. Let's put this all together and walk through a few examples, both for software and non-software projects. A software development project might be building a new online store experience for a retail store. One epic might be shopping cart that customers can use to capture items they intend to purchase. As part of the overall digital store experience, customers will need to add things to a shopping cart, modify items within the shopping cart, and eventually submit the items in the shopping cart for checkout. Some known in-scope items might be: allow items in the online store to be added to the shopping cart. Items can be removed from the shopping cart. Quantities for the items can be increased or decreased. Save a shopping cart so a customer can come back later. Some known out-of-scope items might be: adding items from another company's to the items list. Checkout process. And in this case, we don't have any known constraints. User story 1. As an online shopper, intended user, I want to get things from the online store to my shopping cart, action, so that I can go to the checkout with the intended items, my outcome. The acceptance criteria might be: given an online shopper goes to contoso.com, when they find an item they want and click add, then the item appears in the shopping cart. User story 2. As an online shopper, I want to increase the quantity of my given item in the shopping cart so that I can buy more than one of an item. The acceptance criteria might be: given an online shopper goes to contoso.com and clicks on the shopping cart which has at least one item. When they click on the quantity, they can increase that item. Then they can see the total quantity increased by the amount increased. A potential task of user story 2 might be: draft the mockup of the quantity change feature. Show where to place the feature and how it should look. A non-software development project might be looking to reduce the time tax agents require when completing individual taxes by 10%. One epic might be: reduce the number of emails a tax agent sends an individual when completing taxes. On average, a tax agent sends 5 emails to an individual when completing taxes. Each email takes approximately 15 minutes to write, and once sent, on average, 2 days to receive the reply. One known in-scope item might be tax agents working for individuals. One known out-of-scope item might be tax agents working for companies. One constraint might be needs to work within the existing email system. User story 1. As a tax agent, I want to send a checklist to an individual that clearly details all information to provide so that I can receive all information the first time. The acceptance criteria might be: given a tax agent goes to the company template library, when select the individual tax return checklist, then this is attached to the email ready to send to the individual. A potential task of user story 1 might be: research what files are required for individual tax returns so that the checklist has each one listed. User story 2. As a tax agent, I want to have all files from an individual automatically added to their account so that I only need to go to a single location when processing their tax return. The acceptance criteria might be: given a tax agent goes to the customer relationship management system, when selecting an individual that has sent files in for tax returns, then all the files are ready to be processed. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, which really helps me out. I'll see you in the next video.